Kid actors. I mean, we hear so, Coco, we hear so many horror stories about kid actors.
I feel like they're recently coming out though. I haven't heard this. I didn't hear any of this when I was started. Otherwise, my mom would have pivoted so fast.
Would have never let you be. And that's the point.
Yeah.
Is that you don't hear about it at the time. It's only when they're much older they tell these horror stories. Did you experience anything? Did you see anything like that?
I didn't see anything like that. But you know what? My mom never let me out of her sight. I remember at this one time in my life, we used to butt heads so bad because I'd be like, why can't I just go in there by myself? Like, why can't I do these things by myself?
Right.
And at the time, she was just like, I understand. But now I do understand.
Now you understand.
It's that when you're alone and you're that like young sheep with no guidance, you know? But my mom wasn't playing that.
How hard is it to like if you're a kid star, obviously a lot of kid stars, you want to transition, but sometimes people only see you as that, and it's so hard to get out of that role, and people only see you as that.
Right. Yeah, it's no joke. For me, I always felt a little scared that people wouldn't feel like I've been through anything, you know? Because I do, even sometimes in my own like extended family, there's this like, man, your family was da-da-da, and you lived here, and you did the Disney thing. You ain't ever been through anything. So I would feel nervous that people wouldn't believe me when I told my stories, you know? Or that I wasn't, you know, cool enough or been through enough to be able to say anything at all. But luckily, my life did get real as I was making that transition. And I think I dealt a lot with real life things, colorism and rejection and losing money and being on your own, and all of those things are real. Wherever you from, it don't matter. Going through that is real. And so I did feel more validation in being able to say anything because I had been through it. I had, and it was tough and scary, and I didn't know when it was going to end, you know?
I don't know if you've heard this, but the Bernie Mac show star, Camille Winbush, she had to get on OnlyFans because she said the residuals from the show, it just wasn't enough to sustain moving forward. As a former kid actor, I mean, is that something that obviously you were able to transition and do other things. You can sing, you're a full-fledged star now. But how difficult is it for a kid to transition when they don't have, all of a sudden now, they don't have that steady stream of income coming in as they transition into an adulthood?
Yeah, the transition is no joke. I think because things slow down and you're trying to figure out where you fit in, especially in a world where most of the opportunities are written for people who do not look like you, then things are significantly slower. I think for me, I was always going to just start a new career, you know, and if I had to do that. And it would still be in the music category, but I don't know, like maybe more on the label side, maybe more on the artist development side, maybe on the vocal teaching side. Like, to me, I still wanted to be in that world if I had to transition and I wasn't going to be in front anymore. And maybe I wasn't going to be singing the songs, maybe I'd be writing them. But I would have to figure out how to live with that because I still get one life. So I can't live in despair the rest of my life. Yeah, that is crazy. And I do get that part about, you know, running out of money and not having residuals. You don't have any ownership when you're doing these roles and sometimes singing these songs. But I think for me, I was going to figure out another way. And you would just have to start from ground zero. But people start from ground zero all the time. It doesn't matter if you 16. It doesn't matter if you 36. You know, people pivot. And you just got to live your life and keep going.
And a part of this, what I'm about to ask is you kind of touched on, is like kind of the advice that you would give someone as a child that's trying to pivot and go to that next phase of their life.
I would say, depending on how much you popped off, you might be, you know.
Might be straight, huh?
You might be all right. So figure out how to manage your money so that it can grow for itself. But I think what I wish I would have done was to go to college and go that route, you know, do it on your computer and balance and then get a job and still do what you like. And so you're funding your dream. And also, if you want to be in this field, create your own opportunity. Like I think of Issa Rae and Insecure and how she filmed that in her office on a camcorder, you know, or making my own songs and putting them on the internet, writing songs on live, you know, and there's so many different ways to get yourself out there that just don't run out of money while you're doing it. Work a job while you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Do your 9 to 5. What are the thing they say on TikTok and stuff? Like my 5 to 9 before my 9 to 5 for the girlies who want to be on, fitness and working out and shit.
Is it hard though? Like you're like, I should be a star and then not. Man, I don't be wanting to work because if I work, that means I'm not a star. But I think I'm a star, so therefore I shouldn't have to work. And then you get it twisted.
Yes, that is the most humbling part of that journey. When you get to that point where you're like, okay, I might have to. Well, at least for me, because I had felt like, dang, I had done so much and I climbed so high and I was almost there. And now what? Now they're gonna be like, "Aren't you that girl from Disney waiting my table?
What you do? What you doing in here?
You know?" So
working.
I was thinking, I was like, maybe I'll put a wig on and just have a mask because I'll be like, I'm just a germaphobe. Like I was really thinking that because I didn't want my pride to be messed up if somebody saw me.
Yes.
Like what would I say? I would lie. I would say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes.
You would say that's not you?
Sometimes I do that now. They be like, "Hey, Coco Jones." I'll be like, "No, I'm Kiki Palmer. Sorry." I be tired sometimes. I be tired. But yeah, that pride really would have had to be humbled down.
Right. How tough is it to handle rejection? You don't get a part or things don't go your way. To stay positive because this is, we can all pivot, but when you invested so much time, so much energy, so much of your life has been invested in this, and then all of a sudden you're like, damn, I might just have to do that. Yeah.
The rejection is, you have to grieve for what you thought was going to happen. And when dreams die, you must mourn for them. But I felt like at least I could live with knowing that I tried it and I went till the wheels fell off. I would have to just chalk it up to that. I would have given it everything I had. And then, I want to be happy. So I would figure out something else to do that would
you
make
call
me
your
happy.
mom?
I talk to my mom every day. When I was unemployed, she was
You run up your mom's phone bill.
She was taking all of the sadness. But one thing I love about my mom is that she never ever made me feel like, yeah, girl, you can't do this anymore. Never was that said. It was always, you can pivot and be in this world. You can teach. You could go back to school for music. Learn an instrument. You could compose. It was never, no, I don't think you can do this anymore, With all of my family, every one of them, when somebody wouldn't pick up, I got to call somebody else. My mom, dad, my siblings, everybody saw that tunnel of uncertainty that was years of my life, and funding my own music videos. And like, now you running out of more money, but I wanted to make this song because I believe in this song.
Right.
It's just really, really scary. Really, really scary. But I'm grateful for them because if not for them, I feel like I wouldn't have had enough, strength to keep going.
Your mom has always been your biggest supporter, hadn't she?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's your rock. That's your foundational piece.
Yeah.
No matter what, the first person you call, no matter what.
Yeah.
I won $30 million in the lottery. Mom, guess what?
No, for real. My mom's going to show me how to flip that.
Hold on. You tried to flip 30? You got...
My mama is smart as hell. I'm like, girl, we all up.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because we like to do something before two something.